Good afternoon. It is Tamara Hunter, and I am joined by Noelle Agape, and we are in overtime during the giving season of for Chemo Buddies for Life. We've been involved in, and we not long ago did a marathon, 36 hours of live programming, streaming live to raise funds and to enroll buddies into the Chemo Buddies for Life program. And Noelle has gotten really involved with us here at the Buddies movement. And why don't we go into a little bit, introduce ourselves. Many people know who I am. I am the executive director, also known as the president and co-founder of Chemo Buddies for Life, a 501c3 nonprofit that is truly changing the way cancer is done, one buddy at a time. And our goal is to take that global. I was also not long ago crowned as the very first global Next Impactor. And we have Noelle Agape. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, hi, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Noelle Agape, and I am a health and wellness counselor and TV host of my show, Infinite Wellness. And I am an NLP trainer, so I train people on the neurolinguistics of their brain. And then I am also a quantum healer trainer, and I train people how to work in the energetic fields. So.
And I mean,
yeah, there's a lot. I do
a lot. Yes, you do. And good evening, Carol Brown and Coach Chuck. It's so great to have you both here with us. And Carol is, of course, one of the co-producers of the event, and she has now taken the claim that she is taking Canada for the buddies. She's just like, okay, Canada is going to, I'm doing it. We're taking on. And then I love it when they start talking with each other. It's like a little party going on. And we've got Charles, Coach Chuck. He is, yes, from the Hawaiian Islands. And so aloha, sharing the love. And he is one of our ambassadors, a volunteer, and a buddy. So why is it? Let's bring up everybody up to speed. Why is it that you got involved, Noelle?
Oh my gosh. Well, cancer is such a huge component in my family. And so my grandfather, who was my hero, I watched him die in front of me, literally in front of me, of 65 pounds from cancer. And we went through the entire journey from literally start to finish of watching this beautiful, strong man shrink down into nothing, and then how it destroyed our family, just, financially, emotionally, everything. Basically, it took the core of our family and rocked us. And then my mom also had cancer, but she's now 12 years cancer free because we did change her lifestyle. We changed her eating, we changed her habits, we changed everything. So you are living proof. My mom is living proof. And there is that one, that there is support for you, and two, that there is a way out from this disease. So that's why I'm here for sure.
And I love it. And when you were talking about your credentials and everything, I mean, let's really go into that. You are actually, you've gone to school. You've gotten not only, let's say, certificates, because I have nothing against certificates. I've got them. However, you've got certificates, plus you've got degrees, and you've gone the scientific route, and you're the one that often will say, and the woo-woo route. And I love it. I love it.
I have 12 years of science degrees and about 6 credentials of the woo-woo behind the science degrees. So yes.
So you know what you're talking about, in other words. Yeah. And so when you came on board, and it was after both of us had entered the Next Impactor, the Global Next Impactor movement, reality show, whatever you want to call it. I just call it fun now. It is.
Life, right?
It has. I love the way that Lauren Harris had framed it in the beginning, and that was that we weren't running against each other. We were running against time. And we have now proven that that's really the case, haven't we, within a lot of the volunteers that have come to work with this movement.
Yeah, really, really. I mean, it is, we never realize how much time is valuable, and it's really just as valuable. Everybody puts emphasis on money, but it's just energy. And so when people are giving their energy, it's really giving time and giving themselves, right? It's such a big component of it.
Okay, and for some reason they cannot see me,
Oh,
but hopefully they can hear me. Carol, can you just let me know if you can hear me? Because I am having some technical issues. Just total disclosure, it happens. I'm wearing a nice red Santa hat.
that's adorable.
A nice red and black jacket with a nice little red scarf. So if you can't see me, and then I've got the elf on the shelf with his buddy Rudolph. So oh, they can see me now. Okay, so I was just giving a fashion show, online by verbal. Thank you, and we have Lisa A. Brown, and Lisa, I know that she won't mind because I asked for permission, but we have kicked off a whole campaign, of which right now we have some of the volunteers feverishly working on getting it finished for the Hugs campaign. And it is because of our buddy Lisa Brown that when we were at our leadership meeting on Wednesday evening, we started talking about Lisa and her dog Bailey, and it really touched all of us, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. And her story is so beautiful and so amazing. And really one of the, the reasons why we're here is just for support and love, right? And this time of year especially, we have to stop and realize that there are so many people that don't have that one component of support and love, right? And
Yeah.
people that are going through this disease without any support system. And that's really what Chemo Buddies is about, is a support and love system for everyone, right?
Exactly. And so we have kicked off a Hugs campaign, and you guys are going to be hearing a little bit more about it, because from what I understand, dude, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. From what I understand from Erin, and many people know Erin because she's like the heart and soul of making things happen for us. And then Tony, our technical guy, and some of the others. We have Christopher, that's halfway across the world right now, and Ray Ann, who is our branding queen. She calls herself something else too, but I won't say it online. And and they're all working on things that are part of this campaign. We're going to be rolling it out where there's going to be more of it beyond this Hug a Cancer Champion with a donation at cb4l.org today. There's going to be a lot involved with this. And it was all about the fact that there are too many, like you said, that are facing it alone. And if we can, Jason Cisneros, who is I like to say, yes, I won him, yeah, I won him.
We all want him, right?
We all won him. We did, because he's working with all of us now.
Joy. He brings
and we started talking about this, and about how many people right now are facing Christmas alone. And there are many amazing nonprofits that are doing great things. And we were talking about that in our leadership meeting too, and which ones were doing well and which ones needed a little bit more help. And quite honestly, we needed to button down our message a bit. And then we started talking about this and about isolation, and how, if we can, and I loved it when he said, if we can send flowers, or we can, but I thought it was so sweet, right?
The biggest heart in the world. Awesome.
He does. And if we, I mean, like with Lisa, she's got Bailey. If we can send dog treats, if we can send a gift card, if we can send our hearts through a kind word, a digital hug, and that's how this all kind of came about. And you, with your background with health and wellness, all your degrees, all your certifications, where it's the scientific along with the way that our hearts and our minds work, that isolation piece really, if your immune system is at all compromised, it can create a problem, right?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing, is that what most don't understand is that your emotional body is really truly, it's a form of your body. So it's not just your physicalness of your skin and your organs and everything. It's your emotional body, and then you have an energetic body as well. And your emotions actually store within your energetic fields and within your emotional body, and then they actually transform into your physical body. So if there is lack in your life, or if there's disease in your life, or if there's something going on in your life, it is proven that it's connected to emotions as well. And that the biochemistry is off in your body, and that's what causes the disease, right? So it's out of alignment. And you and I have spoken about this, is the homeostasis of the body, right? When your body's in equilibrium, that's when your body is every day doing what it's supposed to, performing at the level it's supposed to. And when it's not in alignment, what happens is you get sick, you get disease. And then when it becomes a mass, that's when it becomes like cancerous or anything like that. So it starts with your emotional body, and it starts with your emotions, and it goes deep. And so many people don't connect the emotional component to the body, but it is such a tremendous component to the body and to bringing it to homeostasis.
So true. Thank you, Carl. Carl is actually going to be our guest on Monday, and he's a celebrity chef.
Oh yeah,
and he's and actually he's got an offer that he's like no one can refuse. So and it will be all about donations and hugs and love for the buddies. And and Hermilo is one of the best. He has been supporting. Can I just say thank you, Hermilo? He has been one of the biggest supporters throughout the whole Next Impactor campaign, and throughout all of this with Chemo Buddies for Life and everything, and always there. So I just want to say thank you, Hermilo, because knowing that people are there to support our community, it makes all the difference in the world. And that's why we're going live right now outside of the community. And we have just started some of the next level of what we are doing within the buddies. And that is, we actually have people signing up at our first, this is our event page, website. And it is in preparation for the big one that we are right now in the middle of building. That is so exciting. And what we are doing is we are having these buddies come together, and we're starting to create our closed group meetings. And we had our first kickoff yesterday. It was fun. We actually had fun. So, and we're going to be inviting all the different volunteers and all the people working for us, and they're going to be coming in and teaching and visiting, and you're actually creating video and such for the Buddies community. Let's talk about that.
Sure. So what I'm doing really is just more of the support on the teaching aspect, right? And so I'm going to be teaching about the body. I'm going to be teaching about your mind. I'm going to be teaching about like your energy and managing it, and getting from a place of overall wellness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And so that's what I'm going to be teaching on my videos for sure. Can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah, we have a little bit of a glitch, guys, and we're working with it. We're making the best of it. But
I don't know if you heard me. Did you hear what I said or no?
I heard some of it. I heard that you're working on the teaching, and I know what you're doing. And so, and you're helping. And in fact, I actually have some of the segment that you did with me that we can share for the 36 hours when you were on for the 1 hour, and she surprised me. She did.
I did, because I wanted to give you that gift, and I wanted to give everybody that was watching that gift, and I knew you would say no, so I didn't anyway.
I wouldn't say no, but it was like it was
distance when I did it the way I did it.
Yeah, because it was online. We were live, and it's like, okay, I have a present. I have a gift for you. Okay, now we're gonna do this, and close your eyes. And by the time we were done with it, and I opened my eyes back up, I had to. I have to go back and watch it because I haven't yet. But I know what I felt like, because I was like, where am I?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I take you into a theta state, and so the theta, your brain has different states of being, and so I take you into an altered state of being so we could remove the programs that have been developed in your brain, and that's the neurolinguistics that I know. I'm a trainer in that, and
right.
And I take you out of your brain, and then I take you into the healing realms, and you were so cute. You were so cute when I did it.
Well, I mean, because literally, I opened my eyes, and then I'm like, oh, look at the screen. and because I have a digital studio I run here, guys. I mean, it's an interesting little platform because I literally have, like, think of an old time studio, a new studio or something that you've ever seen in the movies, and all the different people that would have been the engineers and all the camera people and everything like that. One person can run it now through this app, but but there's a lot going on, and so you have this little screen, and I wear trifocals. That's why I'm always going like this, to try to, like, okay, I need to be able to focus. and
I wanted you to not focus during that time.
And I wasn't. And so then when I came back, I'm like, oh, that's right.
I gotta perform now.
We're live. But it was amazing. And so I'm going to bring that up, and you guys, and I have to, for you to be able to hear it, I have to be able to undo my mic. So it takes me just a second, but I'm going to bring it up, and I have it at this place where we're going to start it. Okay, let's see.
So I am, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Noelle Agape, and I am I'm a counselor, I am an NLP trainer, and I am a quantum. Great time for us to do some healing. You want to do some healing?
Yeah, I am all for it. I'm ready.
Okay. So those of you that are watching, if you're driving, don't do this healing now, because obviously you're going to have to close your eyes and get into a space where you have to tap into who you are, right, and the greatest version of you. So what I am going to do is basically I hold the space for everybody. So I'm holding the space for everybody that's watching this. I'm sending the vibrations out to the planet and to the universe. But I'm going to do the actual healing on you. And so it's going to seem like I'm talking to you, Tamara, but actually I'm talking to everybody that is listening. Right, and so what's going to happen is you may feel really tingly, you may feel really yummy, you may feel pretty great, you may feel nothing at all, and that's okay. But I want you to know that whatever it is that when your subconscious is ready to receive it, you will receive it. Whoever is watching this, I'm sending it out to the world. I'm holding the space for everybody that wants to talk tonight.
So I stopped it here for right now, because let me put this back in, because then we're gonna fast forward a bit, and then we'll get to the, if I can do it, try to get to where it was when I come back. We can.
I've ever gotten in 17 years, though. Seriously.
Pardon?
That was the best response I've ever gotten in 17 years.
Well, how cool is that? I won a prize. I'm so excited, because you know, the bottom line is this, is that, and we've got Aaron here. Yay.
You.
Yes, we do. We love all, you know, it's just, we've got so many amazing people involved in our organization. And so I'm going to right now kind of fast forward a bit, and let's just kind of go. That looks good. So let's just go
Closer. And as you're going through that tunnel, your skin is feeling the vibrations of the light. You're hearing sounds of the highest version of you. What does it sound like to be the highest version of you? What does it look like to be the highest version of you? What does it feel like? Who are you with? What are you wearing? As you go down into that circle, it's going deeper and deeper and deeper. You land,
And it is the highest version of you standing right in front of you. It is beaming, it is light, it is wonderful, it is healthy, it is pure, and it is powerful. It is walking up to you, and it is saying, I love you. You are love. You are powerful. You are light, you are healthy, you are well. And it keeps coming closer and closer to you, and you feel safer and safer as it's coming closer to you. And as it's coming closer to you, it walks behind you, and it is now embodied in you. Its arms are around you, and this is the highest version of yourself, and its arms are wrapped around you, and you are wrapped in love. You are wrapped in power. You are wrapped in health. You are wrapped in wellness.
I remember that. You know, I do. I remember hearing your voice and following the instructions, and then what that looked like. And I mean, it almost was like, it's almost as though all the senses felt like they were being utilized. Okay, because I mean, that's how it really felt. It's like, wow, this is pretty big, and
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a big deal. It's what I tap into all. Not only do I tap into your energy, because that's what I do. I'm an energy healer, but I also I allow your subconscious to use all of its senses. So I connect your mind and your body together, and what it's doing is it's reprogramming in your minds and setting new neural pathways for you, so you don't feel like you're sick, so you don't feel like you're worthless, so you don't feel like you're angry. So it's reprogramming your brain and your subconscious in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Plus, I mean, total disclosure, guys, I was up by this time. Let's see, you came on at 7:00 our time. So by then I had been live for 24 plus, let's see, so that would have been 31, 30.
We were hour 31 or 30.
It's 30 something hours, by then. I was live on camera that time. So I was actually
one-sided you.
I was actually up a lot longer than that, but and so by the time we went through this, it was like, whoa, I'm ready to do another 36.
Well, that's really truly, and I'm joking about it, but the science behind it is really what we are doing is we're sending oxytocin and serotonin to the brain, so it understands that it's okay to be in a state of being that's happy and at peace, and that's so that's truly what I do on a daily basis, and the fact that you were even more tired, you got into the theta state a lot easier. And it was beautiful because you allowed and you surrendered, and it was really just beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, let's do this, because in truth, this is all about the buddies, and when and absolutely powerful. You're so right, Aaron. It truly powerful and so true, Carol. And amazing. Absolutely pure Tamara love. That's how sweet. I love you guys. And it the whole thought here in regards to allowing also for those that were watching, and that I just thought was so generous and so I was just grateful for the opportunity to be a part of it and to have you sharing it with all of those that are a part of it. And we now have it to be shared with our buddies community, and because we believe in all of this. There is science behind healing through connections. Mm-hmm. There's science in healing through music. There's science in healing through vibration. And I mean, all of these things now, thank goodness, the scientists and the medical community and the educators and those that are out there, for so long they had a disconnect almost. They in fact, even the insurance companies disconnected our bodies mm-hmm. from our the physical body from the mind. Yeah. And it's crazy. I'm thinking, doesn't the mind have something to do with the physical body?
Yes. It does. And so your brain actually sends the neurotransmitters out every cell in your body. It sends the messages to your body. So like me lifting my hand right now, my brain had to send the message to my hand to do that, right? And so mm-hmm. your brain is sending messages, and that's
so
why
now I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to see if I can just kind of find it. Okay, I think this is about it. Okay, maybe a little before.
From the back, yeah.
Okay, let's see here. That. Okay, right. I'll go there.
Right there. It looks like it's.
Okay, let's see. Oh.
Like finding is like, oh,
pausing a little bit.
It was like I forgot that we were on this. I was thinking you were right here. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful, right?
Whoa, yeah, wow, yeah, wow, yeah, yeah.
Whoa, wow.
Felt good. Yeah.
We're into the power words right now.
There's a lot of woes or wows for sure. It doesn't. It's not coming through because it looks broken up, but
oh my! And I really wanted to have some, to share. Of course, it's good fun and learning and everything. And I wanted to share that and tell everybody, go to CB4L and go to the event page, or you can go to YouTube, or you can go to Facebook, wherever you want to, and you can catch the whole segment. And it's our number. I think
it's 31, but it's on my page, and I think it's on your page as well. So
it's all over the place. So yes, it's and because the experience is one that you can go, now that it's there, you can go, and then you can go back, and you can go back, and there's so much power to it. So much power. and that's the first time I saw my reaction too. It was like, oh yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling.
It was pixely, but
yes, it was the power words. Oh wow, yes, yay.
Yeah, and that's the videos that I'm going to be posting on the site. Is I'm going to be doing grounding meditations to get you back into your body. I'm going to be doing healing meditations so you understand. I'm going to be teaching about the mind-body connection and overall wellness, and just what it's like to be living in wellness and mind, body, soul, and spirit. And so that's just a little taste of what we're going to be having on the website, Chemo Buddies for Life.
And I love it. And I thank you for that, because I know the power firsthand, and it it's still to this day, to be able to describe it completely, it's an interesting evolution, because that's where it's like, okay, how do you explain infinity? How do you explain something that is truly an experience rather than just a cranial thought? It's like this was a full energetic body, soul, universe, all of the above experience
I love you.
that that took place in a matter of a few moments, a few relative, and yet you can really see how when people talk about, and I don't want to get too woo-woo here, but that's how I get the woo-woo thing, because it's like there is a bit of a wow or woo factor there, in that it's real. And how do you explain? And that's why you are so incredible, my dear, because you have the science that you can get behind it. You go into it, you start saying, and it does this and it does that with the this and that, and you can go into the alphabet soup complete. And yet, and then you're able to then say, and
let me throw the spirituality in there as well.
Exactly.
Let me talk about energy and the quantum fields and God's source in the universe.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
She's frozen for me, so if I'm talking over her, I'm sorry.
Am I frozen still? Am I still frozen? You're frozen for me.
Yeah, I know. We're having a little bit of a problem, guys, but we're moving through it. Okay, so the question I have for you is quantum field. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. So a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, the quantum field is everything exists in all dimensions of time, space, and reality. And so it is really the field of infinity, as you described it. And I love that you said that. And it is really where every thought has ever existed, everything that ever happened has existed. It is truly bigger than us and higher than us. And it's the universe orchestrating everything behind the scenes with divine intention, I guess, is the best way to describe that.
Okay, that's exactly how I felt it. So that's interesting. That it makes complete sense. It just does. And so I challenge everybody out there, if there's any naysayers, you should be the first ones to do this, because of the fact that many people that I know that have taken, oh yeah, that will never work on me, or no, I'll never believe in that, or yeah, right, or any of that. Any of those kind of people are usually the ones, whenever they have that kind of attitude, usually they're the ones that fall the fastest and the hardest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the whole thing is what I do is I tie in the body aspect of it. I connect the body, and then they're limiting belief system of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not safe, secure, protected, I'm not lovable. And those all are emotions that are stored. And then I work in the energetic fields from there, and we remove the emotions, and we go back and we heal your inner child, and then we future pace you, and we allow you to see the future version of yourself. And we tie it all in. So even the naysayers, I mean, because even, I tie in the science aspect of it, but even the naysayers, there's no way around it. We're going to get to your subconscious, and we're going to get to the emotion that's blocking you, right? So.
Exactly. And what's important here to understand too is any of the buddies that there's no way of hurting yourself, right?
No.
That's a question that I think a lot of people possibly would ask. Okay, so let's say it doesn't work. The worst thing that would happen would be if in some way it could hurt me. There's no way for it to do that, right?
No, never. The worst thing that can happen is you fall asleep, and you still receive the healing anyway. And when your subconscious is ready, it will receive it for sure. The worst thing that you can happen is fall asleep. Ever hurt you? And when you're working with and I'm going to go a little bit spiritual now, but when you're working with pure divine light, light never hurts, right? There is darkness, but there's darkness to show us to get to the light more. And that is the spiritual aspect of it, right? The science aspect of it is what I teach and what I do. But the spiritual aspect of it is that any disease, any anger, any hurt, any fear, any hate is there to show us that there's a better version of ourselves, really. And so you can't hurt the light. It can only shine brighter or show you the darkness of where you need your work to be done.
Oh, I like that. Ooh, that's good. Show you the darkness so you know where the work needs to be done. That is solid and powerful, because isn't that the truth? We all have it. I mean, we all do. There's no way to be able to say I'm a human and I've been living for more than a day to say, oh yeah, because I mean, we all have experienced something. And so for us, but sometimes you just don't know where. It's like, okay, where is that coming from? You know, and my journey of learning over the last few years and doing this with Chemo Buddies has been that, you know, I'm learning that, oh yeah, it could be my life, or it possibly could be another generation. It could be, you know, whatever. And so then it's like, oh, where does that come from? And so that can almost become a bit big. And so when you can then have it where it will show, okay, you can find it, you can pinpoint it, you know, there's a bullseye there, you can get to it. And that's huge, because with me, I know that if I don't know, that sometimes I'll then say, I don't know. And then it's a matter of, okay, do I have the energy right now to find out the answer, or do I need to go on and do something else? I mean, at least I'm real, you know, right?
Well, sometimes, and this is what I say all the time, the lessons in your life are lessons. And if we embrace the lessons and we embrace the shadows and the darkness, it's there to show us even, and if we don't learn the lessons, it will come in different circumstances and different people, but the lesson will continue to show up over and over again into your life until you show it. And we're all human, right? And what I want to tell everybody is that, yes, I've been doing this for 17 years. Yes, I have all these crazy education, which is irrelevant. But yes, I have a coach, and yes, I have a spiritual advisor, and yes, I have people that I can't find my own blind spots, right? And so having a buddy or having this support system will allow you to have somebody to be real with you, to help you find your blind spots, to walk you through the darkness and not be alone. And that's what this entire platform has allowed, is that everybody needs a support system, and including me as a healer, I have a support system too. And so that's what Chemo Buddies for Life is. It's a support system for people to walk them through the darkness. That's exactly what it is. Can you hear me? Am I frozen?
Yeah, you went frozen on me for a moment, but yeah, and so I know you were talking about having a buddy and someone to help you through your blind spot, and that's really, in truth, I love the fact that you brought that up, because it's really important. People keep asking, what is it that we're doing? Why is it that we're doing it? What is the benefit? Why does it matter? What is going to happen here? And I won something other than the First Next Impactor. I won some coaching to get on a TED or TEDx stage, believe it or not. I'm so excited about that. And so I'm preparing for that. And my coach is saying, you know, Tamara, because of this platform, because of who you are, because of what you're doing, this is truly something that needs to get out there. And that would be a next logical step also, is to get up on, you know, a TEDx or a TED stage and say, okay, because it's all about what's a unique idea, global change, all of these things. And so we were talking about the fact that it has to be a singular issue also, something simple, something that you can talk about in 20 minutes or less, because that's the platform, right? Mm-hmm. And so I thought, okay, yeah, I know. Jason's always forever reminding me that I talk too much, and then I need to.
I think he reminds all of us that we talk too much, seriously.
Cut it down.
Always, right? Always talk. Definitely. Well, we're women, and we're always going to talk. So.
Right. And
words.
And my coach for the TEDx thing is a man, so that's good because he'll help me to narrow it down to 20 minutes or less. And the whole thought here is what I in having this class today and doing everything that we're doing with the buddies, I thought, yes, because the bottom line is this: we are bringing something to the world that makes a lot of sense. And you would think, oh, why do you need a nonprofit for that? Anybody can just make a phone call or text someone, or there's always someone there for someone else to help them through something. What's so unique and big about that? And it is often the simple things. It is often the things that are right in front of us, like laughter. Okay, laughter. Who would ever have thought back in the day that if you laugh, it doesn't matter if it's a real laugh or a fake laugh, it's still going to do the same thing. We now know it in the chemicals of our body to make us feel better, right? Okay, so that's been now proven, something so simple as laughter. Well, it's the same thing with a buddy. For someone that is going through an isolated situation, and it may be that they have amazing support in their own family unit or around them. However, if they don't have someone that they can talk it out with and feel safe to, because sometimes you have that whole, well, if I say this, it's going to offend them, or they'll get worried, or whatever it may be. And then you're holding it back again. And isn't it better for us to be able to just get it out and have a safe environment, a place where you know that I'm going to be accepted for who I am. I can get through this because I'm not going to feel alone. I can find out that what I'm experiencing, others are experiencing too. That validates it. And the fact that we can take it out there in a digital platform, with our smartphones and through the internet and through social media and all the things that we're doing, it can actually make a difference. And the fact that you and I are right now in the same state, not very far from each other.
Yeah.
We could actually drive to each other. And at some point in time, we could actually say, were we in the same room or were we on a digital platform? Because you know what? I don't quite remember. That's the power of really what we're doing, because our minds will accept this medium as being therapeutic, because it's not saying, oh, you're on a computer, so that doesn't count. That crosses it out, right?
And so you said some keywords that I really want to pull out, because what you just said is such pure gold, Tamara. And so our human experience, we're here, our brains are chemically designed to make connections with people, to feel loved, to feel supported, and to feel validated. And you said all of those words, right? And and when we feel those things, we are happier. Our body is in a better state of homeostasis. Our minds are in a state of peace and relaxation. And so we're in a parasympathetic state. And so physically, when we feel love, when we feel connected, when we feel appreciated, when we feel valued, when we feel heard, that is when chemically our body literally changes, literally. And so that is so tremendous that you just said that, because that is the whole component of having a buddy. It's like literally not only just having love and support and appreciation and validation, but the hug. Like, we're having this whole thing about hugs. If somebody gives money, that's going to give somebody something, whether it's support, whether it's validation, whether it's love. They're going to feel that hug from you, right? And so they're going to feel that and change the vibration and chemistry of their body.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's why we use the healing through music, healing through connections, healing through vibrations, because our understanding and the thing that I can feel so comfortable and confident in saying that I know that this is the time for this is because of the fact that my doctors and my nurses and our clinic and everything tucked me into this, because they can only do so much because of HIPAA laws. They can only do so much because of standard of care. They can only do so much because of the patient-doctor relationship and the protocols there. And to be able to they know and they witness, because it was modeled after myself and my original buddy. They witness not only ourselves, but how we also, our connection with others in the room and in the building. They said they actually told me more than once that they knew when we drove onto the pavement because it felt different. And I used to think, oh yeah, that's a nice line. But now that I'm learning more and more from you and from others, it's like, okay, yeah, there really is something. There's something to this. And this is real. And that's what is so important about it. And so when people are like, okay, what is it? What is it that you're doing? And the confidence that I also have in that this is the time is now, because we have the delivery system with the internet and with these smartphones. And again, I keep going back to the fact that it's sad, but it's true, is that more people have smartphones than they may even have access to clean water, but we can help them because they have that access. And and when some of the buddies that we started working with even a couple of years ago, when their doctors and their nurses started asking them what they were doing, because they noticed a difference, and one in particular lived nearly a year longer than the doctors could even in any medical way justify. They kept trying to figure it out. And so I am thrilled that we are in overtime, that we're talking about hugs, that we've got this program. I know that we've got an amazing team that's putting together some cool stuff, because we're all about a win-win-win around everywhere, because everything we do is a lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, when we get together, I have to, yes, we do give a lot of credit to the Bald Avenger.
Maybe too much credit to him.
Because he does entertain. You gotta say.
He brings us joy. He does bring us joy. We will give him that. And everything else he brings us too, but he brings us joy. We'll just leave it at that.
And I will say, he's been teaching all of us, and I know that you're involved in his program, and I am going to kick back into it. I took some time to be doing the 36-hour thing, but now I'm going to kick back into it and finish it. But he teaches us solid work skills and how to grow something.
Genius. He is a genius. Oh yeah, there is no one better in business than him.
Right. Even though he doesn't want to say that he's a business coach. Wink, wink.
He is a
yes, wink, wink. Because winkety, wink, 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 I think is what he says. Because of the fact that he's been taking this group of amazing, heart-centered, and I mean, I'm humbled by our teams and the people that have continue to come. I had another one that contacted me in the middle of the night last night, and an amazing woman, and she's like, okay, I want to see how I can fit in, and let's talk. And more and more and more of them are coming and keep coming, because we have an international movement. This is a movement. We are literally changing the way that cancer is done, one buddy at a time. And we're helping them to be empowered to make that change within themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're showing them a different way, right? I think that the medicinal way is so structured and so hard and so cold, and we're showing them love and light and warmth and healing through a different, not to take away from the physicalness of what they have to go through, and on the aspect of the emotional side, support and love and healing and helping you through a situation. The medicinal side doesn't have that, right?
Well, I will say this. I am a cancer survivor, and I am grateful for my doctors, my nurses, and my care. I did choose to go to a group that was open-minded to being adjunctive in therapy. So, I was able to, with full permission, to do health and wellness, if you will, that would not work against me, but would work for me. And because, and it took me a while to find this group, because I wanted them to be a bit global in thinking, and that's exactly the way that they approached it, in a very holistic kind of a way, yet standard of care, which is very important if you're going to go that route. Not everybody does, and that's the thing about what we're also supporting, guys, is that it doesn't matter what type of treatment you do choose, be it traditional, alternative, or adjunctive. Doesn't matter to us. You need to believe in it. That's what matters. You need to believe in your heart, mind, and soul that it's going to work for you. Our stand, though, is that you don't do it alone, that you reach out to a buddy, that you reach out to a community that's going to get you and help you through this, and so that it doesn't have to define you. It's a chapter in your life, and you go on, right?
Yeah, and I love that so much, and the heart and soul of this organization is truly that heart and soul, right? And we are bringing, and we have said this so many times, that you never know when your time is up, but if we can extend that one more day or one more week or whatever it is, maybe just cure the disease, not cure, but it maybe you cure the disease within yourself, right? Then that is what's going to change life. But if you can have an extra day with your family, if you can have an extra hug that makes you feel good during that day you're here on earth, that's what we're here for, right? We're here for that love. We're here for the support. We're here for you to feel as good as you can through the process that is not an easy process at all. Did I freeze again?
You did, but that's okay, because where you were going with it when you right before you did freeze is exactly it. It's that, you know, I have been there with many of the buddies that now have gained their wings, and there are some that we had longer, and we know we did because the doctors verified it to us, and there are some that we were surprised that they were taken when they were, but it was their time, obviously. However, their families told us that they were okay, because they know that they were okay because of the journey that they were taking with our program, who they were becoming, who they were, the things that they had worked out. And there's one story I haven't really talked about too much yet, but the bottom line is this, is that she was able to solve a huge family mystery where she had felt that she was not loved, she was not wanted, she had felt abandoned, and she was told things that for nearly her whole entire life she believed. Right. And she explained it to me, and so then I'm like, okay, give me some facts and figures, because it had to do with someone that was missing in her world and her life. And I'm a bit of a genealogy detective, you know. It's like, okay, I'll take this on. And I was a skip tracer at the time, or in my past too, long ago. So I started doing some research. The bottom line is this, is we were able to answer her questions before she passed. And she knew the truth before she passed. And then not only that, she was able to meet family that she didn't know she had, and have the embrace of them and the love of them before she went. And so then she was able to have peace. And I went, she was local to me, and I went and visited her not too many days before she left, and gained her wings. And she actually was kind of smiling, and she was pointing at a poster that I had taken a picture of her, and it had been a poster. There's a story to it, but the bottom line is, it was in the room, and she was pointing to it because she couldn't talk anymore, but she had a smile, kind of like, that was a good day. And I'm like, yeah, that was a good day. And then it was, you know, kind of like, okay, I'm okay now. And to have been able to have that gift of that experience with her, and be able to provide that, the peace that came along with that, that is again, one person, but now we have many of those one buddy stories, and we're gaining more and more of them, and as we grow this, we will continue to, and that is the good news. And so what we're doing with these hugs, and what we're doing and so that we can assure that we are going forward and we are taking care of those people, because I keep thinking about this. It's December the 20th, and for those that believe in the holiday season, whatever your beliefs are, it's a season of giving. It's a season of renewal. It's a season where we're starting a new year. For most people believe it, if it's calendar year. And wouldn't it be wonderful for us to be able to, yes, share that hug, a virtual hug, a hug of words. We're right now reworking our website, and it will be very shortly back up, where you can actually, will be able to hear soon, go to the website and leave some encouraging words. Go to the Facebook page now and leave some encouraging words. The public page, Chemo Buddies, the number 4 life on Facebook, and post, leave a comment there. The bottom line is this, is that there is so much love in this world. However, unfortunately, there are some that right now are not feeling it. And we can simply change that one buddy at a time. And that love, that unconditional love, that light, like you were saying, right now they may be feeling that darkness, because, hey, I know what that's like when you're going through cancer or affected by it. But you know what that darkness is. And so now we can bring that light in and go and watch the segment that we did, that Noelle Agape and I did, because that is a gift in itself. And I want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for all you do. You're bringing your light to the world, and I honor you for that, because this is such a beautiful gift for so many that really truly need it. So thank you.
Thank you. They do. We've watched, your grandfather got down to that. My mother, she was down to 69 pounds. My grandfather, and we've seen it too much. And for us to be able to start turning some of this around, because there's actually healing that can take through. We never know when someone's time, because that's the one thing we know, is that there will be someday a time where we will all gain our wings. However, if we can do something, and who's not to say that this is not a part of that quantum field for many of those buddies that are coming to us now and will continue to come, and the volunteers that are coming, and that quantum field already knows that we are building this and is already prepared for us. And that is why I believe that in many ways that it's happening the way it is, because it's time for us to do this. So anybody that's watching this, if you've ever known anybody, a family, a friend, yourself, that has ever been touched by cancer one way or another, and if you would like to honor them, if you would like to memorialize them, we have some neat things that are about to happen. If you'd like to give someone a hug right this moment, please do. And if you feel inspired, please donate. It's tax deductible for those that are here in the United States. And I want to say thank you. And we're preparing a really cool thing that's going to happen here soon, a video that's going to say thank you to everybody for volunteering and for donating and spending time with us, because each and every one of you matter too, because all of us collectively are going to change the way this is done, and we're going to raise the vibration, we're going to raise the frequency, and we're going to actually possibly help those people that right now need us the most. Something as simple as some love and a hug.
Well, thank you for all you do. I'm so grateful to be doing on this journey with you, and I just love you. And For those of you that are here, please just thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you and your energy tremendously. So we honor you, and we honor you, Tamara. Thank you.
Thank you. And I honor you too, Noelle. And it's Noelle, not by accident, everyone. Yes, she is a Christmas baby.
Yeah, yes. It is my birthday week for sure. Very excited. I love my birthday.
Yes, we do. And she's one of 4 generation babies.
I am.
Noelle or Christmas babies.
I'm
So
4th generation, 100
happy birthday and Merry Christmas for those that are into Christmas, and happy holidays, and happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, and all of the amazing happy family joyous times. Please enjoy, and remember when you're enjoying that there are those that right now need a hug. So thank you. Thank you for your hugs in advance, because I know they're coming. All right. Make it a great day. And all of the buddies, come over to the community chat in an hour. We're starting that up today. It's going to be fun. All right. See you. Bye.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Love you too. Bye-bye.